Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Purgatory. It is Monday, February 6th, and today we will be discussing the 100,000 beta keys that recently went out, no death animations in the game, an update to the BattleNet balance and terms of use, a reduced shared stash, and the upcoming Activision Blizzard conference call. As you undoubtedly already know, last week Blizzard sent out 100,000 beta invites to North American players. Now fret not if you are not in the North American region, as Blizzard does intend on sending out beta invites to other regions as well. In addition to that, there will be further giveaways and also giveaways through fan sites, so keep an eye out here and at other fan sites for that. It does appear like death animations will not be in the game. In a recent forum post by Bashyok, he stated, "Unfortunately, we never managed to get these implemented. They were a really cool idea, but a pretty huge amount of work. The one we showed of the Siege Breaker was a scripted sequence we set up specifically for the video." And he is of course speaking to one of the first video footage of Diablo 3 that we ever got to see, in which there was a battle with the Siege Breaker that involved him ripping our barbarian to shreds. That particular type of death animation will not be happening in the game. Unfortunately, it was too much time and something they didn't end up getting around to doing. While it is possible we may see it later down the road, it will not be available at release. Over on the Battle.net website, there have been some updates to the BattleNet balance as well as the terms of use. If you head on over to the website and log into your account, you will be presented with the new terms of use, which is going to include some information on the upcoming BattleNet balance. It's also going to be discussing e-balance purchasing, although that is not fully implemented yet. The new updates to the BattleNet balance allow you to sync up your BattleNet account with PayPal, which is going to allow for future purchases. Setting up all of this stuff beforehand will allow you to use the real money auction house as soon as Diablo 3 goes live. The shared stash in the game has been reduced. What was initially 5 slots is now down to 3. Blizzard's reasoning for this: to make sure that they've got enough storage space to take in the data of all the items that will be filling up this inventory. Due to the random item system taking a lot more data and storage space than set items with set attributes on them, Blizzard is worried that there may be too much data and storage required at release, and as a result have decided to cut back the shared stash. If upon release they realize that they are not over capacity and they can handle more, I would have to assume that they will then open up extra inventory slots for us. And then lastly, I wanted to remind you guys that this upcoming Thursday, February 9th, is when the Activision Blizzard conference call will be taking place. I want to remind you guys of this because there is a possibility that we might be hearing something about the game's release at this call. Whether or not you want to listen to the call is up to you. However, if anything major does come from it, we will be sure to update you here. And that is going to do it, my friends, for this episode of Purgatory. As always, stay tuned next week for another episode keeping you up to date on all the most recent Diablo news and announcements. Also stay tuned later in the week for another episode of DiabloCast, your Diablo 3 podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe, and as always, keep watching and keep owning.